Hi everyone and welcome to today's video. I just got out of the shower, so I probably don't look my best, but I'm in my relaxing clothes. It's a Friday evening and I've been doing a lot of editing, so these are my sort of editing clothes, jogging bottoms and a jumper. That's not the point. The point in this video is kind of an update. If you saw the video that I posted on Monday, which was the behind the scenes of the filming job that myself and Cameron have been working on, you'll probably know what this is about. I'm basically just going to tell you what I've been doing for this week because I've been editing for the last 2 days pretty much all the time in my free time and haven't really had a chance to make a video, but I thought this would be like a addition to the behind the scenes, which is a bit more of a technical look at how you make corporate videos, kind of. So myself and Cameron got selected for this job. Some people came into college and basically said we'd like some students to make this film for us. It's for a conference they're doing. It's for the local county council, sorry. It's for a conference they're doing in October in about 2 weeks' time. And they basically, I think the topic of the conference is coastal preservation or something, so it's basically to stop erosion and all the projects that they're doing to basically prevent the coast from eroding away. We've been all over Suffolk in the last sort of few weeks to like a month. We've done 5 full days of filming and now I've kind of been editing for the last week just as footage has been coming in. So I'm going to show you the project. This is my editing setup. I've got the project window here and then my timeline, source editor, and then the media browser thingamajig. Step number 1, if you ever want to make a corporate video, if I can stop my hand from shaking while holding the camera, always organise stuff. You can see I've got all these folders. If I open the Alfie's footage folder, we've got all these different days. So day 1, you can see all of this. There's basically several hundred gigabytes of footage and audio here. We've got audio for all the different days. Cameron's footage is a bit of a mess. I kind of messed it up, but this is the only way that I could kind of sort it out without wrecking the file system. And then I've got loads of other stuff like photos that I've been sent, lower thirds, which I'll talk about in a minute, music, nested audio, blah, 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 sequences, which is just the different projects. Yeah, it's a lot, basically. So, I don't think I can really show people's faces that much. Actually, I guess I've shown the trailer, so I probably can. Also, that reminds me, if you're confused about what all those different trailer edits were doing on my YouTube channel, I think I posted about 7 in the end. It was because these people wanted to see the different edits and leave comments and feedback and make me change stuff, so I kept having to post new versions, which is why I kept posting a couple of versions of the edit a day and getting about 30 views and then removing them. So that's what that was. But this film is going to be about an hour long. Sorry, half an hour long, not an hour long. That would be pretty bad. I'm not going to play the whole thing, and it is going to probably go on my YouTube channel at some point, but I don't think I'm actually going to suggest that you watch it. You can if you want to, but it's about half an hour long, and to be honest, it's not that interesting to anyone that's not sort of involved in this project anyway. And so basically what I've done here is nested all the different sequences. So if you don't know what that means, it's kind of like, so if I, let's see, if I open maybe this one for example, inside this we have, this is the audio, the green bit, and then this blue bit is the first footage, so I turn off the top 2 layers. This is the kind of footage as it came out the camera, and then the next layer is actually the layer on top is all the B-roll, and if you don't know what that means, that's all the like cutaways. So for example, if I turn this on, he's talking about the kind of stuff that's there to prevent the tide from being, or the coast from being eroded. So we've got all these different shots of kind of things that were in the area and all the different things. Okay. And then lastly, this like pinky purple bit is actually color grading, so that's kind of adding the final color to the piece. So if I go on here, have a look. This is as it came out the camera. It's a little bit bright, it's a little bit overexposed, and it looks very flat, and it's shot that way on purpose because that makes it easier to color correct in post-production, in editing. So if I turn this layer on, you can see the difference. That's it before, that's after, and as you can probably tell, it looks much nicer afterwards. And that is a process of going in and selecting all these different settings and messing around with the exposure and the color wheels, if I get this up, and just kind of fine-tuning the color until it looks perfect. It takes quite a long time, and it's kind of it's a bit of a fine art. It took me a really long time to get used to it, but now I can kind of finally do it. And so that's what I've done for each interview, basically. So that was what I was doing for about a week, is just sort of cutting all the stuff together, syncing up the audio and getting it right. And then once all the interviews were sorted, I cut them down and kind of stuck them in these little semi-projects. So each one of these is a separate object. I can kind of pull it apart. Basically, each piece of footage here and each piece of audio, so like this bit, is that B-roll, so all the cutaway shots, the interview and the color grading, compacted down into just one video clip and one audio clip, which is really handy for editing because I can kind of see it all together and make changes a lot easier this way. So I was editing them as we went, so each day we'd get back and I'd chuck all the footage we'd filmed onto the timeline and get it edited up to date. And I finished all the kind of like sticking all the interviews together yesterday. Today I've been kind of fine-tuning all the color correction and things and adding things like lower thirds, which I'll show you now. So if we just play this any second now, This is just a B-roll shot. I've muted the audio so you can't hear it, but that thing there is a lower third. So it has someone's name and their organization or job title or something. And that's what I've been doing today. I've been making them in After Effects. So if we open up After Effects quickly, you can see how I was doing it. There are so many ways to do lower thirds. I kind of like to make them from scratch, but a lot of people just use templates, which is fair enough because, I mean, it's very easy. But I've been making them, so I've got, here you can see everyone's name. So I've got a lower third for each person. And it's literally just a case of animating. So I animated this white bar to kind of like wipe across the screen. Oh, actually, this one comes from the other side. So it wipes across the screen, and then as it wipes back, it reveals some text, and then just sort of sits there for about 4 or 5 seconds. And then it wipes back and like removes the text and then goes off screen. And the way I did that is literally just move the white bar, so animate it to move across. So I put the mask on the text layer, and what that does is it just means that anything that's not inside the mask of the text won't be shown. So as the bar moves, the mask closes down and moves with it, which kind of reveals the text and hides it, as you can see like that. So I did that for each person. That was a bit time consuming, but you know, it looks quite cool. I'm quite happy with how they turned out. It looks very sleek. So that's pretty much all I've been doing. So as I said, I've been editing pretty much all week. I haven't had much free time. I could have made a YouTube video, but I didn't really have time to make a good one, so I thought I'd do this instead. It's just a bit of an insight into the kind of stuff that I do on filming jobs. Monday was a bit of a joke and kind of like the behind the scenes of us on set, and this is the behind the scenes of the editing process, which I thought wouldn't take very long. Turns out it's actually taken me a lot longer because I keep finding things that I want to change and doing fine tweaking. I'm going to leave that video there, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I have a pizza in the oven, so I do not want to let it burn. Thank you for watching. I've already said that. I will see you very soon. Oh yeah, one other really quick note. You know that Alien film video that I posted behind the scenes of about 4 weeks ago with Cameron? We're filming the second half of that tomorrow, as long as it's sunny. So that video will be coming out very soon. It's just been a case of us being very busy with this film. So we haven't had a chance to kind of film our own stuff for about a month, which has been a bit of a pain. So this one's been dragging on because it's kind of had to be extended over 2 days. We're filming the rest of it tomorrow. It should be done. I'll work on all the visual effects. Hopefully it'll be up in the next 2 weeks as long as we get it filmed tomorrow. Exciting stuff. See you soon.